Police at Auburn University teaching Berkeley a thing or two about how to handle protesters. Video from Tuesday night shows Auburn officers getting tough on masked people protesting controversial speaker Richard Spencer. Take a look.
Take your mask off, man.
No hoodies, no mask. No hoodies, no mask.
Back off. Back off.
Take your hoodie and mask off.
Back off.
You can go.
Back off.
You want to take your mask off? Come here. You're on camera. Come on.
We haven't done anything.
You want to take your hoodie and
mask off?
You want to take your mask off
and you can go in.
Or you'll be arrested for order. Your choice.
Joining me now is Cabot Phillips, contributor of campusreform.com. Good morning to you, Cabot.
Good morning to you.
So you have two different scenarios. You have Auburn University. They're not allowing any of the protesters to wear masks so that they can do their jobs. Yep. Because you have Berkeley, all those riots in February, you had people throwing things through the glass. We didn't know who they were because they were masked. Who do you agree with?
I think it's important to keep the peace, enforce the laws that we have on the books, and it's important to remember at Auburn, yes, this speaker, Richard Spencer, has some absolutely atrocious views. But in America, you can't be violent towards someone just because you disagree with them. And these anti-fascist protesters, as they call themselves, have proven themselves to be just that. It's violent. And I think there are two things that are incredibly ironic about these protesters. First, it's that they're protesting fascism, but usually the politicians and people they're protesting want government involved less in people's lives. So that's kind of ironic that they're protesting. And second, they like to say that, you know, when they're going out, they're doing this in the name of tolerance. They want more tolerance in America, and they're doing that by being intolerant. So these people have misplaced their anger in many cases. And I think these Alabama protesters or these Alabama policemen should be commended for keeping innocent students safe and allowing, you know, people to be able to go about their daily lives and not have fear of being assaulted by these protesters.
At Berkeley, when we saw recently the March for Trump event, both sides all said that the police were standing back. They were standing back, I think, 100 feet, and they were watching the protesters argue and fight. You can see this here, and didn't jump in to stop it. So what's happening? Why is everyone so angry?
I think, first off, there's a lack of accountability. These protesters, really rioters is a better term for what these people are. They know that there's no accountability. They can throw a mask on, they can assault a few people, you know, set things on fire, call it a day's work. And like you said, a lot of times police in many cases don't step in because they don't want to get involved in it. And that's the wrong course of action to take. If you are wearing a mask in public, it usually means you're doing something you're ashamed of and you know that you shouldn't be doing in the first place. So more power to these cops for using the laws at their disposal and allowing, you know, protesters, not giving them the choice to do these things with no accountability. And these laws actually go back. These protesters will say they're racist laws. These laws actually go back to trying to curtail the KKK and make sure that people couldn't go out in public. And if they wanted to do those kind of hateful things, they had to give their face to it. So it's ironic.
You're absolutely right. So Ann Coulter was asked to speak at Berkeley. Then they pulled that. They said, no, you can't speak because we need to keep our kids safe. We need to keep the college students safe. She's saying, I'm still going to go. What are they going to do, arrest me? Do you agree with her or the college?
Absolutely. I think she should have every right to speak, and this college should make more efforts to protect her. One of our correspondents at Leadership Institute's Campus Reform is actually a student, a college Republican there at Berkeley, and he says that there are many times where they'll be just out passing out legislation or passing out clipboards and items for their college Republicans club. People will come and turn their tables over and scream at them about what terrible people they are. And again, the administration is not too quick to protect them. I think if it was the other way around, if it was college Republicans that are protesting a liberal speaker, the school would make every effort to shut down those Republicans protesting, those conservatives, and protect that liberal speaker coming to campus at all costs. But it's not happening because it's a conservative speaker.
Should Ann Coulter be worried? Could they arrest her? I mean, if she walks on the campus.
It's public property, so she has the right to be there. I would hope that she shouldn't be worried, but just the fact that that's even a question shows how colleges have become this place where there's no open discourse, and it's no longer a marketplace of ideas, and that just shows the environment that's been created and really allowed by administrations curtailing to these demands from these far-left students. And many of these protesters are not even students in the first place.
That's true.
A lot of times they're paid protesters to bust in from out of town, so that's another important aspect to remember.
Yeah, you're right. All right, Cabot Phillips, thank you so much for your perspective.